goodness gracious, it's warm today. I'm Van.
I'm Jane.
We're known as the Backyard Carpenters.
Baby boomers can do.
Alright, today we get to play with a new toy. This is an advanced speed square. Alright, it's 12 inches where the other one we have is 6 inches. So what we got to do is we got to take a string line, and since we're lowering this deck down, we only want it to be 7 inches step off onto the grass, right? So what we got to do is measure, do a string line, because we're doing to the lay of the land, and nothing on this land is level. Does that make sense, Jane?
Of course it does.
All right. So I think Jane's going to have time to continue to work on the wrought iron stuff, a couple of rocking chairs that we ran upon that they're different but nice. All right. So main thing we're going to try to do is get this base done today, and I've got to cut a 4x4 for the house, trying to keep the barn swallows from making a nest. They made a mess, and now we've got this electronic doorbell. All right, and whenever there's any kind of motion, it lets us know you got activity at the front door. Well, when the birds fly in and out, we're constantly getting messages. We got activity on the front door.
I had 99 one day.
99?
99 one day.
So we're trying to come out. We got rid of the nest, or I did, power wash everything, but the babies, all 5 of them, returned last night and just sitting on the vinyl. I don't see how they even hanging on to it on the inside. So they're making a mess.
They lost their home.
You know, they're pooping all over the place. So anyway, we got to get to work.
Yes, we do, and it's going to be 90 degrees today.
No, it's not.
Turn on the fan. See ya.
You down here with me?
Yeah.
All right. Oh boy. Okay, ready?
Yep, I'm going.
Okay. All right, what we're having to do with the new giant speed square is we're having to go up 7 inches. Now that is the height of a riser, okay? So we got stringer, you got a riser, you got step. All right, so with that said, all right, so I'm gonna make a mark right here, all right? Now, we're gonna go down 1 inch, because that's, the 1 inch represents the decking, because it's 1 inch or 5/4. All right, so making a mark right here. All right, don't break. Okay, center rope next. All right, then from that mark, all right, we're gonna go down 5 1/2. Right there. Alright, so, by the way, okay, so that's how far, this is how far off the ground it's going to be. This represents the bottom of the board. Alright, the 2x6 that we're going to be putting on here. Alright, so now we got to do a string line at level across there, because we got to do the 2x6s on each side. Alright, each side, because we know across here it's 16.5, and there is no such thing as a 16.5 2x6 is 16 feet long. So if you look over there, see how we combine those two together. That's what we got to do again. Alright, so anyway, so me and Jane's gonna get started. You like my suspenders?
There we go.
And anyway,
Real
that
snazzy.
more to us since we did a project on Lay Lake. On Lay Lake.
And this morning, he found a bird nest in one of the pockets.
Yeah, let's take it out. All right, oh, well, sunglasses on, I have a hard time seeing the red dot. But anyway, so since we got 16.5, what we're going to do is kind of pull this board back and forth so that, you know, we're not having to cut a piece, and we're just going to try to stretch this across. Now, need be in the future, if we need to kind of put a little piece right there, we can. So what we're going to do is Jane's got our, I forgot what it's called. Clamp.
Quick grip.
Clamp, quick grip now. And she's going to put it up there when I get in place. Let's see if I can do this. All right, put it right here so you guys can kind of watch what we're doing. If I had something put on the back end. Still flashing? Yeah, still flashing. All right. Now I'm going to raise this up. I'm going to raise this up and saying, forget that. Sorry about the cattywalking. Right here, please. No. Oh, I got to come here to there. Hard. There you go. Now we got to put our level. Alright, see if I can swing the camera around a little bit. There you go. You said that was the low end. This, we got to do on the high end. Alright. Alright, so the discussion we're having, is we now realize that this is the high end, that's the low end, so we got to readjust right here. Try it again. So that's where
We've got 3 of the baseboards in place, and if you can see, if I back up enough, you can see that this end is real close to the ground because the ground slopes, so we're about 5 inches off the ground down at this end. They're going to put the last 16-footer across the back. Everything's level. So then next, after the support beams, will be the decking boards.
Okay, this is the basis we have got it so far. Alright, so we decided to do something a little different. Instead of trying to cut the 16-footers and waste a lot of material, we decided just to offset them a little bit on both ends. Okay, so everything now has like 3 or 4 screws in it. Alright, we got our center beams, alright, that we're now going to expand across here at 24 on center. Alright, and that's to support the deck boards that we'll get later. So now what I'm going to do is actually start marking 24 on center. You remember the old cheer back in school, 2, 4, 6, 8? Well, 24 on center is 2, and then 4, okay, then 6, 8, on down the line. Now notice that I have 2 lines, and the reason is 2 by 6 is 1.5 inches. So you go out from that center line 3/4 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch, because that equals 1.5 inches. Alright, so now I got to do the same thing and go over there. Alright, so we know where to put these. Well, the cost estimator did it to us again. We need one more 16-foot 2 by 6 that we can cut in half and finish that out. Alright, so what we try to, when we went to buy these, all they had was 6 foot, so we put them in the ground. Now they're not tall enough. See, that is just not tall enough. Okay, so now we've extended it up, and that is a stringer. Okay, and we're going to put it right here and have some steps going down right here, so you can get to the garden without having to go all the way around. All right, so. Alright, and then Jane continued to work on the rocking chair, which this one's going home with us, the rocking chair. Alright, and then there's more over here. And I'll be honest with you, the sun has zapped the life out of me today. So that's the ones from the house that we're going to leave here, and these are the new ones that we came across that Jane is restoring, and we're going to take these to the house. These stay here at the little house. So anyway, and it's so nice to have an air conditioner on these extremely hot days. So that's where we are. Later.